Hey everybody! So today we're going to be doing something a little different. I had seen a few people asking about the Amazon acrylic kits, the all-in-one kits. Usually you'll see them under Monomer or something like that. So I figured I'd get one, see what it's, see what it's about, and see if it's worth it to waste your money, so it's not a waste of money. I've seen a lot of bad press about it. Full disclosure, I did open the box and take the monomer out so that I could test it, because I didn't want to potentially expose myself through a whole set if it was MMA, because I had seen a lot of comments saying it was MMA. So I got a tester ready, and we're going to go ahead and test it out before I use it. And if it is MMA, I'm going to switch it out for my monomer because I've already had one bad experience. I don't want to do another one. I will not be including the link to this just because it's all the same stuff. You see the same kit with the exact same picture under 50 different names, usually like Morvan or Timio or something like that. And so I'm not going to include a link. You can find them all over. It's all the same. They literally all have the same products in them. This one, it was a little different, and it said Jade Red under the acrylic liquid. I will say that when I smelled this, it's not purple at all, so it's probably going to yellow. It did have that sweet smell that you get with MMA. Oops, sorry. So, but I don't know. I haven't tested it yet. So I'm going to check it out, and if it is, I'm going to go ahead and trash that because I don't want to inhale it or expose myself to it. You will hear my fan running in the background because that smell is really strong compared to what I usually use. It's super strong, so I apologize for the fan in the background. But even if that's bad, we'll go through and see if it's worth it just for practice for the rest of the stuff. I want to see if it's possible to do a decent set with it, basically. This one was $40. I got it on sale for $20, I think like $22. And they have some for slightly more, slightly less. Some don't come with monomer, but we're going to be testing everything in it. So this is going to be a long video. I apologize in advance. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the acetone and let that sit for a few minutes. Just sit on the tip. And then we will open it up and see what's included. And after we do that, we will see what this monomer is made of. I'll put a little bit more acetone in it. There we go. But it did have that really kind of sickly sweet smell that MMA has, so I got kind of scared. That's why I'm working with gloves today, which I usually don't because I'm just working on myself. Alright, so this one claimed to have everything included. We're going to find out. Let's go ahead. Okay, so we got the big bag of tips. These are just the basic French tips. They're not shaped or anything. They don't have any, they're just the square. They're the ones that you can use with the silicone practice hand that you push up inside the cuticles to use as nail beds. So let's give you a peek at those. So there's a huge bag of those, which they're white, which I normally don't use, but they're just tips, so you can't do a lot of damage with them, and like I said, you can use them with the practice hand, so those always come in handy, so those are definitely worth it. We'll pop these over here, because I'm going to be using those in a second. I am going to go off camera to get the hand ready and get it prepped with the tips and everything. It came with the typical cheap tip cutters. These come in all of the cheap kits. They're like 50 cents, so definitely something you can use. Little nail brush. That's not going to hurt anybody, so definitely something you can use for practice. Toe separators. Like all of this stuff you can use for practice. It's not like super, super awful. Little dapping dish, which you can never have too many of those, I guess. This is the base and top coat. So it came with a base and top coat. Glossy, obviously. It didn't come with matte, but that's okay. I don't know like what quality this is, but extra base and top coat, I guess, for practice. It came with a little thing of pearls and a little thing of colored gems, which, again, that's fine for practice. really what we're testing out here is the quality of the glitter and the pigments and whatnot. This, however, was kind of weird. It says it's glue. I don't know if it's brush on or not, but it's very watery. Like, it's not very thick, so it's thinner than normal. It's brush on though, so I guess that's cool. Give that a shot, see how good that is. It came with some of the forms. We're going to try those and the tips. I want to see how they stick, you know. Let's see. We got some glitters, not cosmetic grade, but hey, glitter, you know. And we have some large cup glitter here. Those are kind of pretty. And again, for practice, these will work fine. This is one of those shine buffing blocks. So, like, you use it for natural nails, so I don't know. This is a regular buffing block, and this is that stuff that when I scratch my nails on it, it makes my teeth hurt. I hate it, but oh well. Okay, so we have 3 jars of acrylic in here. We have pink, white, and clear. They feel really light, so they're definitely not like super full. It says, it doesn't say how much is in here, but my guess would be half an ounce. If I'm guessing, I don't know, but they feel super light. Same thing with the Monomer bottle. It didn't feel very full, and it didn't have it marked on here how much was in here. I'm going to guess maybe an ounce or 2. Okay, and it came with UV gel, builder gel, which it looks like the Moravan brand, but I don't know. Let me pop this open real quick. Oh, I keep dropping things and slamming into my camera. Please forgive me for that. So we're going to go ahead and pop that open. Because this feels super light too for it to be gel. It doesn't feel like there's much in here. Like everything else there's a lot of, but as far as the acrylic and gel that's in here, it looks like you're going to get maybe 2 or 3 sets out of, tops. I don't know. The only thing I'm not seeing in here is like a cuticle pusher, but whatever. Okay, I didn't do a very good job at getting that off, but that's okay. Yeah, there's not a ton in here, but you know, like I said, for this you'd probably get a set out of. Oh, well. Okay, that's super sticky. I'm gonna lose that glove before I get that gel everywhere. Way to go. Welcome to my life. It did come with this big box of pigment powders. It said it was dipped, but I don't think it is. It says carving pattern powders, so it looks like just straight pigments, which is cool. Like, pigments aren't cheap, and there are some really cool colors, but we'll give that a shot too. The way you do it is you put a gel top coat on that's still tacky. Don't wipe it, and then you rub the pigments on to color it. So we're gonna check those out. There's some really nice colors. I'll give them that. Came with a couple dotting tools, and I saved this part for last. Okay, so we got 3 dotting tools. Came with gem pickers, the tweezers, a file. I don't know what coarseness that is. And it came with this for 3D flowers. You put the acrylic in there and it shapes them and you let them dry and you pop them out and you have your own 3D acrylic flowers. So that's kind of neat. The brushes. I'm going to tell you now, when you see these handles, they're cheap. They're not going to be great quality. Just, that's been my experience. These held true to form. If you look at them, I don't even think these are nylon. I think these are just plastic. They're super, they look like the, you know the bag at Walmart that you get with like 10 little paintbrushes in for watercolor and stuff, the super cheap ones, it looks like that fiber. So we're going to have fun with these brushes trying to lay acrylic. But that's okay. These smaller ones look like they would be okay for 3D flowers, so that's something, right? But we're going to find out. So really quick, let me get this box out of here. And we are going to go ahead and test that monomer so I know what I'm working with. And I'm going to set up the hand. But really quick, let's get this monomer out of the way. And then I will break away for a second and go set the hand up, okay? Like, where'd my thing go? It's been a weird day today, so forgive me if I'm a little scattered. Alright, let's check it out. The white is from the tips. When you put them in acetone, they turn white like that, the plastic. So that's not Okay, this isn't dissolving at all. That's weird. Holy crap, guys. Like, I am surprised. It doesn't appear, but yeah, it doesn't appear to be MMA, so if it's not, it's balling up like it's supposed to. Like, it's scraping. It is super hard, which is weird. Like, it's not wanting to come off very easy, but it's not gummy, so I'm going to use it in that case. So, shock. Hey. So I am going to go off camera for a few seconds and get the hand ready, get the tips and forms and all that ready, so we can come back and give it a shot. Alright, everybody. I'm back. Okay, so I got all set up, and a couple things. That glue is awesome. The glue is great. I had a little beef with the forms, but to be fair, I have beef with all forms. Like, I'm just not good at it. So, I did what I always do, and I taped them down. Other than those pink and gray ones that I use, like, I have this issue with all forms. So, that's nothing against the forms themselves. Like, yeah, they're cheap, but, you know, nothing will stick to silicone anyway. I am going to tell you now that I am going to have problems with these brushes. Like, I tried one out, I can't get the acrylic to come out, it's not laying, but I am going to attempt it, and if not, if I can't do it, I will switch to a different one of my brushes, which, you know, whatever. So I'm going to start with the clear and see what I can do. Like, the brush doesn't hold any monomer, so I can't go back and, like, re-wet the acrylic. So far, so good. The acrylic's workable. It's not super dry or papery. There was about a ½ ounce in each jar, so not a ton of acrylic, but again, it was 40 bucks. Like, I didn't pay 40 bucks, but that's what you're normally going to pay for it. And I am not a fan of the brushes. Like, you can work with them, but if you're a beginner, this is going to hold you back. Like, this is going to make it take you much longer to learn. So, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I guess the upside is that you're going to trash some brushes when you first start out, so you may as well trash these. But it is going to throw your learning off quite a bit, because you're going to have to compensate for the brush, and if you're just beginning, you're not going to know how to do that. The acrylic's taking a little bit to set, but nothing crazy. The forms are short, so you're not going to get any extendos out of it. Well, I guess you could glue 2 of them together to make it come out longer, but I don't know. You're not going to get anything crazy out of this, but you probably wouldn't be doing extendos anyway at this point if you're a beginner to the point where you need this kit, so whatever. These brushes are horrific. Like I said, even if you do get something like this, like you can see it's kind of yucky. If you do get something like this, I suggest even just a cheap $10, you know, Model 1's brush or whatever, just to, because this is very hard to work with, and it's going to take you a lot longer to get where you want to be. So you can't really push it up to the cuticles because of the way the hairs in the brush are. So that's going to be an issue. Like, pretty clearly going to be an issue. But otherwise, I got the acrylic down, so that's something. Yeah, you aren't going to be doing anything fancy with this brush, like ombre or anything like that. That's not going to happen. So there's some stuff in here that's usable, like, you know, the glitters, the pigment, well, I haven't tried the pigment yet, but the glitters, you know, the forms, the tips are pretty good. They're very sturdy. Like, so those aren't bad. However, you aren't going to get any great shapes out of them. The best you're going to be able to do is square because that's how the French ones are. Let's try one of the tips real quick. I am shedding, my dog is shedding everywhere. My dog's shedding everywhere and he's trying to kill me with it. The hair is going to overtake my house. I'm positive. And this silicone attracts hair really bad. Alright, so again, no on the brush. The monomer is working. The smell is not pleasant, but but it is actual monomer, which I was surprised because I've heard a lot of bad things, and I guess this isn't the Moravan kit though, so, but most of the stuff is the same in it, like the jars are even the same. So maybe they changed it, and, you know, maybe that's why the kits cost a little more now. Who knows, but I was surprised, pleasantly surprised. And like I said, there's not a ton in it, so you're going to have to buy a monomer from somewhere else anyway. But I would think the point of these all-in-one kits is so that you didn't have to buy stuff outside of it, and you are going to have to. You're going to have to get a different brush. I guess you can work with it if you really want to, but you're going to have a rough time. See how it's very hard to keep clean. So you're going to have a hard time smoothing your acrylic down because this is never going to last you more than one application if you do manage to work it out. You know what I mean? So let me try one of my brushes and see if it's the acrylic or, like, see it's not... Yeah, we're going to trash that. And that one. I'm going to try one of my brushes. We'll try this model once because I know I can clean that. Alright, let's do this clear one to do the pigment on, okay? Go away. I haven't used the clear yet. There's also some white acrylic that I haven't tried yet, but... The acrylic is kind of dry and crumbly, but not awful. I don't know how well it would hold up. I don't know how well it would hold up for, like, wear, if you were going to wear it for a week or so, who knows, but... You know, my recommendation is always going to be to get a professional grade kit. You know, not like for licensed people like Young Nails, because with what you're going to have to spend to compensate in this one, like getting different brushes and more acrylic after you run out of this because there's only enough for a couple sets with the monomer. So with what you're going to have to compensate, you may as well get the good kit in the first place. Like, there's some cute stuff with it, but why blow 40 bucks on this when that's half the cost you would need for a Young Nails kit and you know everything and it's going to work? You know what I mean? But I guess if you're up for a challenge... Yeah, see how it's even sticking to my regular brushes. So maybe it is the acrylic. It's not great. It's very dry and kind of crumbly is the only word I can think of, like, to describe it. But we got 3 nails on successfully, so that's something. Alright everybody, so I did my filing the best I could. Something odd about this acrylic, like it's very hard, I had a very hard time filing it. Like it did not want to file. The file that came with it would not move it at all. So you're going to need new files. So I used my file and still, I used one of my Mark Art like 100 grit ones and still had a very hard time getting this file down. So forgive me, it's lumpy, I gave up. So we're going to go ahead and try out the Pigment because that's the other thing that might be worth it in this, but Pigment is Pigment, so, you know, whatever. But while I do that, oh, dear Lord, you saw it attack me, right? Y'all saw that? It did. You clearly saw it come after me. Chill, bro. Hand got beef with me too. Anyway, so while I do that, we'll wrap up here. I'm gonna say I wouldn't recommend this for beginners. You're not gonna be able to compensate the way you'll need to make it work. It's just not gonna go well for you. You won't. If you're a beginner, you're not gonna know how to deal with the issues that are gonna pop up. You know what I mean? With the brushes and the acrylic and whatever. And yeah, it's got some glitters and stuff. And it's probably got about 20 bucks worth of glitter. So okay, but like I said, it's gonna cause you some other problems, and you're not gonna know how to fix that if you're just starting out. So my recommendation: wait for Young Nails to have a sale. Get one of their kits. Not Melody Susie. Mia Secret. Mia Secret has a decent kit for sale on Amazon, or there's tons of small businesses that put together these kits that are great, and you'll get your money's worth out of them. This, however, I feel like it's going to end up costing you more in the long run because you're going to have to buy other things to fix it. You are not going to be able to. I've been doing nails for a while, and even I had trouble, so I would hate to give someone who's just starting to do nails this kit and expect them to be able to work it. I don't think it would work. Okay, even the Pigment's not great. Like, this is a dark blue, so it should at least cover, but it's not even, and I put base coat on, so it's nice and sticky, and it's not even sticking to it, so even the Pigment's not great. I was surprised that, you know, it was EMA, but that doesn't count for much when you can't work with any of the products. So you guys probably already knew this was coming. I am not recommending this, especially if you're a beginner. I don't think it's worth the money. It's going to end up costing you in the long run if you don't completely quit. Because a lot of people get one of these kits and have so much trouble and think that it's them. Like, you can see the acrylic has tons of bubbles in it. It did not go on clear or even. Like, it's different colors all throughout. There's bubbles. Some parts of it crystallized, some parts of it didn't. Even the top coat's really, like, runny and weird. Don't waste your money. I think the glue is probably the best part of the kit. So, all in all, I'm going to say it's a fail. Even though I only spent 20 bucks on it, like, I wouldn't waste the 20 bucks again. You can get a Kiss kit from Walmart and do better than this. So, I think that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to check out the Kiss kit. If Susie can do it, I can probably pull it off, maybe. Well, I'm no Susie, so let me shut up real quick. But I'm never going to be Susie. Susie's a fucking legend. Ooh, excuse my language. Susie is a legend. So, I don't know, maybe we'll give it a shot. But, again, don't waste your money. You don't want your nails to look like this. And I've been doing this for a while. My nails should not look like this. But anyway, if you guys have any questions or comments, you know how to reach me. And as always, thank you for watching.